what year did you come out?
About 5 years ago.
And your daughter was 7.
Yes.
And let me ask you, it's an ignorant question. Were you gay all along?
Yes.
And did you know it all along?
Yes.
And so you just buried it?
Just buried it and said, I'm not going to, that's not what I mean, I wanted to have the life that everybody else had.
Right.
So I grew up in a time where it was just not, it just didn't seem possible. And I did have a few flings when I was younger. But when I got married, I said before I got married, I had one final fling. I think I had met somebody and I, okay, that's it. Never again. Okay, that's all over.
Right.
I'm never going to do that again. And now I'm married, boom, this is my life, And then I got a job on Broadway. And does Broadway make you gay? Yes, it does. Broadway makes you gay. It does.
It makes it okay to be gay. So Kevin,
yes,
were you gay when you were like? In other words, were you gay in high school? Did you have girlfriends in high school?
Well, yeah, you had to have a girlfriend.
You hit everything then.
So
right?
yeah, well, I didn't have the girls. I finally got a girlfriend. I was the last one to get a girlfriend. I was always the last one to get a girlfriend. I was always upset that it's like, why do they have to? We're having such a good time, Now they want to have girlfriends,
Right.
Now I have no friends anymore.
Right.
So I'd have to get, and then every girlfriend I would have, oh, she's crazy. Oh, what happened to that one? Oh, that one's nuts.
Right. But Kevin,
it was always like, and it was always something wrong with them, and they were nice. They were all nice. And I'm friends with all of them. I'm friends with every single one of my girlfriends.
Still today.
Still today.
That's very nice. Now, did you have normal, you don't mind me asking, right? Did you have normal sexual relations? Just like
as normal as you could, yeah.
And so you repress all of that.
Yes.
You have the baby.
Yes.
And what gives you the?
If it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have the baby. Because she didn't. It was like my wife is terrific, driven.
Career driven.
Career driven. There's a right way and a wrong way. We got to do things the right way. And it was very meticulous about everything. And she didn't really want to have a kid.
Right.
She wanted to get her career. She wanted to have those millions in the bank before she had the kid. I said, we have to get this going because I'm going to come out in a couple of years. No, I didn't say that. But that was never. When I got married, I said, I really want to be married. I wanted all of that more than anybody. Who do you think put the wedding together? I did.
You did, of course, and I'm sure.
I did everything,
and I'm sure it was fabulous.
It was fabulous. Absolutely.
So,
I remember we had the reception was at this beautiful place up in Westchester, and all of a sudden they started closing the curtains. The photographer said, I'm getting, it's too much glare off the windows. I said, you open those curtains right now. How dare you? We're all looking out on that. We could be in a room with no windows. Open those curtains. Right. And they all went back and they opened them up. That's the groom. He wants them opened.
Your wife did not know you were gay.
Well, she didn't. But, looking back now, my parents even said, we should have told you a long time ago.
Your parents knew, and they were.
My mom knew. She said she knew. She goes, you were always answering the door. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea.
And they took it fine.
Yeah. They were like, wow, that's great. They were so happy.
Right.
And there was not one person that was surprised except my poor wife. I mean, she was surprised. She was like, what?
I was like, was she bitter? Was it like a hard
She was
time?
very mad, very angry, and that I lied to her. But it wasn't that I just lied to her. I had lied to myself too. So, since that came out, our relationship has gotten. The first year was not good. The second year was not good, and then the second year started getting better, and then the third year. Now she picks up the phone. She calls me at any time. Right. I call her. We all go out to dinner together. We share family stuff together all the time. So my dad passed away, but my mom and her parents are really good friends, and my mom stays with Mary Ann when she comes into the city, and so it's a good, healthy relationship.
And you loved her.
Of course I did.
You loved her. You married her.
Yes, absolutely. And I would tell that to anybody that, see people that get divorced and I'll never talk to them again. I don't want to have anything to do with them. But at one time you did love these people, especially when you have kids.
Yeah.
You really have to go around and, make that work, because if you don't, you're only hurting your own children.
Well, I have an ex-wife, and we do not get along, and it's been very, very detrimental to my children and we can't get along. And it's not me. I'm a wonderful person. It's but she makes it very, very difficult, and it did hurt the children. And neither one of us were gay. It didn't break up for that reason.
Well, maybe you should have came out.
If I had come
that would have
out,
been a little bit easier.